This is Dr. R.V. Argiddi from WIT Shulapur. Today I am going to cover the measures of central tendency that is required for data science. Okay, part 2. In the previous video, I have covered part 1. In that, I have covered the mean. Okay, in this particular video, I am going to cover the mode and the median. The learning outcome at the end of this session, student will be able to comprehend measures of central tendency. Just recap what is mean. Mean is nothing but the formula is 1 upon n sigma x of I, where I is equal to 1 to n. X is nothing but the data points or the sample data. Okay, do the summation of all those sample data and divide by total number of values. That is nothing but the average. Okay, it will be best when least square criterion. It is unbiased estimate of population, or it will be affecting when the outliers will be there. Okay, for example, the sample height of say 10 mango trees we have taken, and the mean of that particular is say 62.4. But when you change the value, or if you add the outliers, outlier means that the first sample value, that is 55. Okay, this 55 is added with 50, so it becomes 105. Okay, considering 105 as a first sample data and second as 55 and last as 67. Okay, if you take the average or the mean of this particular sample data, then it will come 67.4. The meaning is that when the outlier is there, the outcome is going to change in a mean, so that it is not a robust. Now consider the second central measure, second measure, that is the median. It is what? It is a value of x1 such that 50% of the values, okay, median, 50%, okay, central tendency, it is called a median. The median is value such that 50% of the data points lie below this value and 50% of the experimental observations are greater than this value. So we like to find out the value below which half the data points lie and above which half the data points lie. For doing this, we have to order all the observations that we have got from the smallest to highest and then find out the middle value. Okay, middle value. Now consider over here the sample heights of 10 mango trees from 55 to 67. So what is the central value over here? The total number of values are 10 values are there. Okay, out of that the central value either maybe fifth is the central value. Okay, but on the left hand side 4 values will be there, on the right hand side 5 values will be there. Okay, so that cannot be fifth value. So what we have to do, we have to take fifth and sixth number. Okay, that is 63 and 65. These two values we have to consider. Okay, and take the average of these two, and that will be the median of this particular data set. So that comes out to be 128 divided by 2, that is 64 will be the median. Now one more thing, why it is robust? Okay, with respect to outliers, because when this 55 sample data is added with 50 value, okay, so it becomes 105. But if after that also the fifth and sixth value are still 63 and 65, the median is not going to change, it is going to be 64 only. So that is why it is a robust with respect to outlier, whereas mean is not the robust. That is what the meaning. The second example, if I consider 5 cherry heights of 5 cherry trees, okay, out of that the central value is 15, that is third value is 15, because on the left hand of 15 are 50% and on the right hand of that 15 are 50%. Okay, so this becomes exactly center value, so it is called as a median. Okay, now example 3, again 6 values are there. Okay, again we have to consider third and fourth, 50, 15 and 20. Okay, so if you take the average of that comes out to be 17.5. So the median is equal to 17.5. Okay, this is all about median. Now what is the mode? Okay, what is the mode? Mode represent sample set of single value. Okay, where value that occurs most often. Okay, consider the heights of 10 mango trees. consider the heights of 10 mango trees. Okay, then out of that, okay, we have to find out the occurrence, more occurrence that number is there. Okay, now 55 has occurred twice, whereas 59, 60, 63, 65 has occurred once only, and 69 has occurred thrice, and 70 has once. So the occurrence of 69 number is thrice. Okay, 3 times it is occurring. So the mode of that particular data set is 69. Okay, that is what the meaning of that particular mode. Now after that, okay, now what we'll do, we'll go to the next slide. Okay, next slide we'll have one question. Okay, compute the mode of the following set of data. Okay, the data set is given to us. Now find out the which is the number which is occurring more times. Okay, I'll give take a pause over here and write your answer on a paper and guess the answer. Okay, the answer is 67 because 67 has occurred thrice, 1, 2 and 3, whereas all the numbers has occurred less than 3. Okay, so this is what about measures mode. Now let us move to the next slide, that is measures of spread. Measures of spread. It characterizes a sample set in which what we call the measures of spread, and it will tell us how widely the data is ranging. Okay, so the range of the data is can be obtained from this particular spread. Okay, one of the measure is what to call the sample variance. Okay, in this we are going to study what is sample variance, then standard deviation and mean absolute deviation and the range. Okay, x of I, the sample average that we have already computed, and add over all the data points, say n data points, and divide this particular sum squared value by n minus 1. Okay, such measure is called as sample variance. And again, we can prove that the sample variance is an unbiased estimated of the population variance, and the square root of the sample root variance is also known as the standard deviation. Now just like the mean, the sample variance happens to be also very susceptible to outliers. So if we have a single outlier, the sample variance, our sample standard deviation, can become very poor estimate of the population parameter. So we define another measure of a spread which is called the mean absolute deviation, somewhat similar to the median. In this case, instead of taking the sum squared deviation, so in this case, instead of taking the sum squared deviation, we take the absolute deviation of the data point from the mean. We can also take it from the median if we wish to find out. So the deviation of the observation from the mean or the median, we take the absolute value of this deviation, sum over all the n points. Okay, now whether it is divided by n or n minus 1. Okay, if we divide by n, okay, it is called as a mean absolute deviation. Okay, now let us so the n minus 1, when there are more number of values are there, then it is better to divide it by n minus 1. Okay, that one data point has been used to estimate the sample mean or the median, or whatever the parameter that we are actually estimated. So similarly here also we can divide by n minus 1 to indicate that only n minus 1 data points were available for obtaining the mean absolute deviation. The third measure of spread is called the range. Basically it is maximum and the minimum range. maximum and the minimum range. Now let us consider the sample heights of 20 cherry trees, okay, where the data set is given from 55 to 83. Okay, so the S square, the value of S square is equal to 70.5132, and with outlier it is 21225, and the population standard used for generating number was 10. So here it is S is equal to 8.3.92. So the range is 83 minus 55, that is comes out to be 28. Now what is distribution of sample mean and variance? Sample mean, for any distribution, sample mean is an unbiased estimate of population mean if x of I into bracket or n into bracket mu sigma square and all observations are mutually independent, then x n into bracket mu into sigma square upon n. And the sample variance is, for any distribution, sample variance is unbiased estimate of the population variance, where xi n into bracket mu sigma square and all observations are mutually independent, and then n minus 1 s square upon mu square, then x square n minus 1. Okay, so these are the distribution of sample mean and variance. So these are the references, and I hope you understood. We'll continue this session in the next video. Thank you very much.